over here at the Flying Auditor Homestead. Complete remodel is going to be happening. Ended up having a major hailstorm that just trashed this place. So I'm going to have to fight with an insurance company to get a whole new roof put on, everything redone. So when stuff happens, it happens big time. Hey, what about all this stuff happening in Minnesota? I tell you what, I used to be stationed in North Dakota, and I used to go to Minnesota, Minneapolis all the time. Never had this huge BS with the Somali groups. So here, let me put something out to everybody. I've had friends. I had a real close friend of mine that was Ismaili Muslim, and we were buddies. I mean, we loved each other like brothers. He died here several years back, and so there's a lot of people, bashing on Islam, and I'm with you. I understand 100%. But just like there's Christians and Jews and every religion in the world that just don't adhere 100% to their philosophies. Not 100%, Christian, 100% Jewish, 100% Muslim, blah blah blah. And the Ismaili group is who I got to know very well. And my buddy who passed away was an Ismaili. And but let's put things into perspective. In Houston, Texas, an 11-acre site has been built by the Ismaili community in Houston with all NGO money. And I will share with you, I know what I'm going to tell you is factual because I've dealt with the community for close to a decade. And when these guys and gals decide to make acquisitions, they do it in bulk, meaning they'll all come together and put money in, and they'll get money in from wherever they're getting it and make their purchases. So let me tell you some of the industries you might want to look at and do an investigation in your neck of the woods. All your dry cleaners, all your kolache shops, all your nail salons, all your gas stations, all your hotel motels. A lot of hotel motels are owned by Asian Indians across the U.S. Here in Texas, the Bank of Texas, all Patels are all the board that own them, and they give nothing but loans to the Asian Indian community. So there's just a lot of stuff going on in the U.S. that's been happening too damn long, and I am what's called long in the tooth, which means I'm an older guy. And I'm telling you, if any one of these federal agencies would allow me to get on board with them to hunt and help them, I'd sign me up all day long. Because what's been going on with our country has been happening too damn long. I raced in what's called the Texas Water Safari back in the 80s, placed in it, and I had a buddy who owned a shrimp boat down in the coast, out in the Gulf, on Seadrift, Texas. And this is back in the 80s. And I remember my buddy, lifelong shrimper, small little shrimp boat, and he was bitching about all the Vietnamese guys that came down and got federal funds and were buying $5-10 million shrimp boats that were dwarfing his boat, and they were just putting him out of business. This has been going on for decades, folks. So if you investigative journalists want to do something, my recommendation is go to your appraisal districts, your county appraisal, start pulling up the data on all the nail salons, all your gas stations, all your hotels and motels, all your nail salons, all your kolache stores, all your donut shops, and start doing an investigation to ensure that federal funds are not being scammed. I will leave you with this. I had a gentleman over here working. He owns a fairly large business. He's a friend, known him for quite a while. And he was telling me that a local businessman who owns, I don't know, 3 or 4 small nail salons needed to get some banking done. And this guy's wife is, I guess, a private banker or a personal banker or whatever. And long story short, they denied him because his revenue per month was $6 million in a small 2,400 square foot nail salon. If that doesn't scream fraud, I don't know what does, or money laundering. So all you investigative journalists, start looking. because that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm reaching out to a lot of my friends that are part of these three-letter agencies, and hey, if they'll have me, I'll join up in a heartbeat because what's going on in America is just bullshit. I am a first generation American. My mother was Brazilian. So I speak from absolutely 100% knowledge, 60 plus years of knowledge, and just thought I'd get this off my chest because it's just really got me going. I mean, the fraud that's happening on our backs. I don't care where you're at financially. The amount of money that's coming out of our pockets to fund these jerk offs lifestyles. I mean, my friend went to one of these local guys who owns boatloads of kolache shops, lives in a $2.5 million house. Go figure that. I don't have any problem anybody just doing well, but when you do well illegally, it's not a level playing field for the folks like us that try to do it the right way. So my words of advice to anybody that gives a rip: start investigating your local community, your dry cleaners, your gas stations, your convenience store operators, your hotels and motels. A lot of the hotels and motels are owned by the Patels and Desais. There's a few, white folks that own, but you can do all this search through the appraisal district's websites, put the addresses in, then you go to your state, we call it in Texas SOS, Secretary of State, so whatever your Secretary of your state is, to determine whether it's an LLC, who owns the LLC, get all the documents, and start chasing stuff down a rabbit trail. Start doing some investigations. We need to get this forefront out there. We need to get this fraud out of here. And that's just what I wanted to share with you, just as my goat. All right, Happy New Year, Happy 2026. I hope everybody's going to have a great one. This is the Flying Auditor. We are out of here. God bless.